Okay, all right, I can see Swift Boat 816 now is approaching the Broadway Pier. We'll be here in just a couple of minutes as we kick off the 2024 Fleet Week Veterans Boat Parade. As I mentioned earlier, the Swift Boat played a very critical role in Vietnam through 1965 through 1970. They patrolled over 3,000 miles of rivers and canals and waterways in Vietnam to prevent the infiltration of weapons and ammunition and other war materials via junk sampans and trawlers. But today, she is very focused on patrolling the San Diego Harbor, and we're very proud of that vote today. All right, a big round of applause for Swift Boat 816. Great to see you this morning. His captain is Captain John Merrill from San Diego Maritime Museum, and he's got a great crew on board with him this morning. Welcome and thank you. Looks like Bill Baugh is over there. Christina, hello. Oh, the next boat in line is our very own San Diego Harbor Police Fireboat. The Harbor Police plays a critical role in ensuring our safety and security here on the water. It conducts regular patrols around the harbor, docks, and nearby waterways. Good morning, Harbor Police.
Hoping they would fire their water cannons.
Following the Harbor Police boat, an incredible vessel coming our way. It's the beautiful yacht America. America is a replica of the America's Cup yacht, which was built in 1857. The captain today is Captain Troy Sears, Paul Maxon, Noah Huff, Atria Peter, and Ashley Ignace. Incredible platform. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, you got the list of people on there?
Yeah.
Jim Benninger's on there, Pete Headley,
Okay.
Jeff Yacker.
So one of the visitors on board the yacht is Jim Benninger, Fleet Week board member, as well as a former POW. Hello, Jim. How are you today?
Pete Headley's on there, too.
Our good friend Pete Headley, Captain Pete Headley, United States Navy retired, is on board.
Rear Admiral Robert Nowakowski.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
Captain Jeff Yacker on there, too.
Okay. Looks like we have boat number 31.
Number one, you should have.
It says 31 there.
31, yeah.
Yep.
That's Tunatron.
It's called Third Life. It's a 37-foot skipper. The skipper is Warren Goldfarb. His message on Veterans Day is, we love America, and we want to show our support and a big thank you for all our great veterans.
See the number?
14, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Number 14 is the Aurora. It's a 53-foot Jeanneau. Thank you very much for participating. Semper Fi, Marines. Number one.
Number one, Family Affairs.
Number one, Family Fair. He was the 2023 Marine Corps Trophy winner. The motor yacht Family Affair is a Rodman 41. It was built in Spain in 2003. The skipper is retired Naval Aviation Warfare Specialist Chief Petty Officer Chuck Vinson.
see the number there?
I think that's an interlooper.
Interloper, yeah. So this is another marine.
They don't.
Can't see a number.
No, it's 13.
13?
Okay, next up is the Mariana Queen.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 2022 winner of the Best Decorated U.S. Marine Corps Trophy. It's a 36-foot trawler, Grand Banks trawler. The skipper is Lieutenant Colonel Stan Gunboat Smith.
Yeah, there's a big write up there. That's good. Read that. You see all the stuff in there?
The last voyage of the U.S. Seagoing Marine Association. Marine detachments were aboard every capital ship of the United States Navy, from cruisers, battleship, and aircraft carriers from 1775 until 1998, when the Marines were officially taken off the rosters as permanent ship's company.
Look like 22.
Need a spot.
Yeah, 22.
22 is the Lady Di. Lady Di is a 2002 40-foot express cruiser. It's berthed at the San Diego Yacht Club. She's captained by Diane Snyder. And it's somebody we all know, is Captain Dave Grundy's. Dave, good to see you, shipmate. Boat number 28 is called the Last Command. It's a 36-foot Cape Dory fisherman. The skipper is Jay Crumby. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Jay. Oh. What is this?
This is that. Yeah, that's
The next is a 50 Enforcer, 33-foot combat boat. The veterans on this boat include Captain P. Mirasola, Captain United States Navy retired, Captain Michael Brasher, Special Warfare to Operate Chest Petty Officer Ken Malonis.
That is something right there.
Number 5 is the Blue Hound. It's a 22-foot Boston whaler who ventured from the East Coast visiting Newport, Annapolis, and Block Island. The skipper is Ryan Dishman, a Navy Surface Warfare Officer. John. All right. What is it? 20. Next up is Patriot. It's a 43-foot powerboat. Skipper is John Weston. Next up is the Tunatron. It's a 26-foot Defiance. Tunatron is a member of the Freedom Boat Club. Skipper is on board is Dan Hasbrook, Mike Kramsick, Richard Robinson, Nathan Bertino, and Barry Fox. Thank you. Oh,
Oh, man.
thank you. Then, yep. 26 was Don't Tell the Kids. 56-foot Sea Ray and skippered by Robert Moberg.
38.
38 is the Sea Date. Served skipper is John Dennis. Served the United States Army from 1968 to 1974.
Four? Looks like just four. Yeah,
Yep.
four.
Okay, is the Sun Babies, the 2022 winner of the Best Decorated U.S. Navy Trophy. It's a 27-foot powerboat. Skipper is Bill Houlihan. Former CIC officer in the USS Robinson, DDG 12.
24, I think. 24. And then 30.
24 is a 19-foot Zodiac. The skipper is Hamrick Morgan.
And then number 30.
Number 30 is Checked Off. It's a Sea Ray 380, and their skipper is Mike Steele. And a big thanks again to all of our Fleet Week sponsors this year. We certainly could not do that for all that you do for us. We really appreciate it. And again, it's a tribute to those who have worn or who are wearing the cloth of our nation. And it's we are very special for them, not only today, but every day here in America's finest city. Okay, next up, got a sailboat coming up here. It's the Kraken. It's a 36 Beneteau. At the helm is veteran John Bridges. Thank you, John, for being here this morning.
Next time you get a chance. Do you see a number?
Nope. No number. Looks good, though.
Okay, well, you're looking good. Looking great. Don't give up the ship. A special shout out this morning to IBEW at 569. They're our Fleet Week Veterans Day Parade and Veterans Day sponsors. We really appreciate all they do for us. So thanks, big thanks to IBEW at 569. So the next up is a sailing craft that's called Easily Influenced. And hopefully it didn't take too much influencing to get him into the parade today.
Yeah, they lost their number.
Okay, it's a 42-foot, and the skipper is Brad Brown, and his crew is Rudy Hassel. Brad served in Vietnam from 1970 to 1971 to captain of the United States Army. 25th ID. Hua. Got some active duty sailors on board.
Don't they have them? I don't have.
All right, number 9. All right, it's Doctor's Order. It's the winner of the 2020 Best Decorated United States Air Force Trophy. We've got some special guests on board. Personnel First Class Joe Gonzalez, Yeoman Second Class Petty Officer DeLon Laney, Hospital Corpsman Chief Petty Officer Derek Bolton, PS1 Quentin Cottenham, and Yeoman First Class Matthew Rodriguez. $18. All right, 18 is a Christina Lynn. It's a 55 Drake yacht flown by Franco and Patty Finesco. Skipper is Captain Marco Silva. Active duty members on board today: Sergeant Reynoso Martinez, Corporal Jack Sears, Sergeant Alex Abun, Corporal Aldo Vernin, Corporal Dawson Pearson, Victor Abrams, BM3 Jessica Zavala, FTC Kyle Boutwell, and Seaman Jessica Brown.
32.
Next is Mia V. Mia is a 48-foot Meridian. The skipper is James Ring. Looks like we have a San Francisco 49ers person in the tour here. Maybe just kind of joined us. Looks like they're having some nice refreshments there. Waving the American flag up board. 49ers fan. Next up is the Moon Shadow. Moon Shadow is a 30-foot Beneteau. Skipper is Melissa Anderson. It's got some active duty members on board: Lieutenant Christopher Vieira and HM3 Casey Lang, both stationed on board the USS Carl Vinson. All right. Thank you. Next sailboat is proudly displaying 3 U.S. flags. Good morning. The boat is called the Mistress. Thank you.
Number must be Lake Bloomer. I think that's one of the last 2. Didn't I give you a little sheet on that?
Yeah,
Separate sheet?
somewhere, yeah.
Yeah.
Good morning to the San Juan. Good morning. Don't see the number there. This is like a number 10. Okay, number 10 is a Charisma. It's a 36-foot cruiser. Skipper is Sidney Hay. Thank you, Charisma. Number 29 is the Royal, a 47-foot Meridian, 459. The captain is Mark Norman. His crew is from UC San Diego Cognitive Medicine Group. Welcome. Is that 39? 39 is Hooray! 42-foot Meridian. The skipper is Tim Hance. Gotcha, 39. Gotcha. 36 is the Graceful. It's a 44-foot Sea Ray, skippered by John Perrault. He's a Master Sergeant, United States Air Force retired, and his mate is Chief Warrant Officer James Johnson, United States Army retired. Okay, next up in the parade is the Dash. Dash is a 35-foot sailboat. And they are in the parade to honor Mark Phelps, who was a yellow shirt on the USS Carl Vinson and the USS Midway. Bob Hall, who also served the United States Army, and Bill Hermiston, who served 4 tours in the Navy. Again, thanks to all of our veterans.
Yeah, and you know, some of these sailboats don't motor too quick.
Neither do mine.
Yeah, that's what happens to sailboats.
That is quite.
Yes, you are.
Number 6 is Chelsea Marie. It's a 50-foot sailboat skippered by Skip Sorensen. Crew members Carlos Moreno, Gary Patterson, Gary Sage, Jerry Anderson, Mark Brown, Ron Blair, and Vince Perlotta, representing all services and first responders.
I don't see your number.
Next up is G-Force. It's a 43-foot blue hull J-133. Skipper is Gregory Finch, San Diego State grad, and a KC-135 pilot during the Gulf War. His crew includes Paul Maguda, United States Lieutenant Colonel, United States Air Force, retired, and F-16 pilot. Reginald Finch was in the Royal Canadian Air Force. Also in the crew is Lieutenant Colonel Robert Welch, retired California Air National Guard nurse with multiple deployments to Afghanistan and Iraq. Welcome, G-Force. Okay.
You see your number?
Nope.
Oh, it's got a Marine flag.
Okay, our next one sailing by is a nice-looking sailboat. It's flying a United States Marine Corps flag and a Navy flag. Good morning. All right, now it's my pleasure to turn it over to the Navy side of the house. Skipper, it's over to you.
All right. Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family. I'm Commander Max Long. I'm the commanding officer of Assault Craft Unit 1. And I'm here to tell you all about these fine naval vessels that we're going to have out here today. The active duty military crews on these craft represent the sons and daughters of our nation who have volunteered to serve all around the country, most of the time away from their homes and family. Our sailors are highly trained, dedicated, and resolute professionals who, similar to the people of San Diego, come from a diverse range of ethnicities and backgrounds. The sailors you see operating these crafts celebrate San Diego Fleet Week and say thank you to the city of San Diego and everybody that helped put this together today. Starting off, we have Landing Craft Utility 1665. The LCU is an ocean-going vessel capable of performing limited, independent blue water operations. Its primary mission is ship-to-shore movement of material, equipment, and personnel in support of Expeditionary Strike Group operations. Its secondary missions include humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, non-combat evacuation operations, maritime security operations, and anti-piracy operations. Landing craft can operate independently for up to 10 days without resupply or fuel, and can travel 1,200 nautical miles at 8 knots. They can carry up to 400 combat-loaded Marines or 168 tons of cargo. These craft have a crew of 14 enlisted sailors led by a craft master. LCU 1665 is led by Chief Engineman Juanluca Capetto. His favorite thing about the Navy is the constant revolving door of unique sailors that he meets and interacts with every day. Being able to lead a smaller crew enforces an esprit de corps that makes it more family-oriented. Currently embarked, you will see 100 cadets from the Naval JROTC program at Troy High School from Fullerton, California. The Junior Reserve Officer Training Corps prepares high school students for leadership roles while making them aware of their rights, responsibilities, and privileges as American citizens. JROTC programs can be found in over 1,600 high schools nationwide. With over 300 cadets, Troy High School is the largest program in California and one of the largest in the country. The program recruits over 100 freshmen into its ranks every year. Troy was ranked the second best JROTC program in the country in 2022. All right. I think that. Oh, okay. That looks so good.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, next up, we have two Maritime Prepositioning Force utility boats, number 28 and 32. These are also assigned to Assault Craft Unit 1. At 44 feet long, a utility boat can travel at speeds up to 40 knots with no load and 25 knots with a load. These craft can hold 30 personnel and 10,000 pounds of cargo. They can provide rapid transport when needed, help with medical evacuations, support force protection missions, assist in salvage operations, and aid in damage control efforts. Utility boats are crewed by just 4 sailors, comprised of a coxswain, an engineer, and 2 crew members. Utility boat 28's coxswain is Boatswain Mate First Class Joshua Armentrout, Assault Craft Unit 1's Maritime Prepositioning Force leading petty officer. Utility boat 32's coxswain is Boatswain Mate Second Class Samari Blake, Assault Craft Unit 1's Maritime Prepositioning Force Work Center Supervisor. All right, next up we have another landing craft utility, craft 1646, also assigned to Assault Craft Unit 1. This craft also consists of 14 enlisted sailors, led by its craft master, Chief Engineman Carlwyn Balliot. He says he appreciates the incredible opportunities the Navy has afforded him to explore the world and deeply values the experiences and camaraderie that has enriched his naval career. On board this craft, you'll see a lighter amphibious resupply cargo, also known as a Lark V. That is the big brown vehicle. This amphibious cargo vehicle is capable of transporting 5 tons of cargo. It can also carry 20 fully equipped troops, plus a crew of 3. It has an aluminum-shaped hull and is truly amphibious, operating both on the beach and in the water. Also on board, you will see an ambulance. Don't let the green color of the ambulance fool you. This is a fully mission-ready. It is used as triage center while out in the field. That ambulance will usually be stationed in camp to provide critical medical care to injuries sustained by our troops. All right, next up we have Amphibious Construction Battalion 1's Causeway Ferry. At 256 feet long, this craft typically travels at 7 knots, can hold up to 284 long tons. It is a powered cargo transfer lighterage platform capable of receiving, transferring, and discharging cargo from ships anchored in-stream to and from the shore during maritime prepositioning force operations. The craftsman for this vessel is Bosun's Mate Chief Eric Couton from Queens, New York. On the Causeway Ferry, you can see a Caterpillar 120-meter motor grader. In 1885, the first grader introduced to the world was a horse-drawn 2-wheel design with a fixed blade. This motor grader is 6-wheeled prime mover with a tandem drive that keeps the blade level while traversing uneven terrain. The second piece of equipment you'll see is an MTVR. The Military Tactical Vehicle Replacement, or MTVR, is an all-terrain truck with a 7-ton payload. These 6x6 trucks are designed for use on highways, unimproved roads, snows, and sand. Amphibious Construction Battalion uses 6 variants of MTVRs to transport troops, haul construction material, support disaster recovery, and transport fuel and water. Next up, we have a 36-foot Special Purpose Craft Law Enforcement 2 vessel from the United States Coast Guard, stationed San Diego. At 36 feet long, this craft is engineered to travel at high rates of speed and can hold up to 6 crew members. It is a specially designed vessel to conduct high-speed migrant interdiction, anti-drug interdiction, and special law enforcement missions. The coxswain for this vessel is Bosun Mate Second Class Nicholas DeJoseph from Whippany, New York. Crew members are Bosun Mate Third Class Jack DeBala from Ruskin, Florida, and Seaman Ben Cummings from Queens, New York.
Sneaking in.
It's not.
Just slip right in.
All right, closing out the military portion of this parade, we have Amphibious Construction Battalion 1's Warping Tug. At 88 feet long, this craft typically travels at 7 knots. It is utilized as a salvage craft for maritime prepositioning forces to include amphibious bulk liquid transfer, roll-on, roll-off discharge facilities, and floating causeway. The craft master for this vessel is Bosun Mate Second Class Abisalam Asfa from Las Vegas, Arizona.
We have a delayed interest.
In closing, from the Navy, Marine Corps, and our Coast Guard brethren here in San Diego, thank you for hosting us today. The Navy prides itself on being where it matters, when it matters, whether operating in the Arabian Gulf, forward deployed to the Western Pacific, or here today in San Diego. Today, your Navy is comprised of more than 285 ships and submarines and nearly 4,000 aircraft. Many are underway around the world right now protecting American interests. San Diego is a maritime city. Our economy fundamentally depends on unimpeded flow of commerce and information on and under the sea lanes that your Navy is protecting every day. Thank you for welcoming us today and every day. And please take a moment to visit the USS Germantown right here at Broadway Pier and talk to our sailors. Thank you once again.
Thanks, Commander. Really appreciate it. Looks like the last boat in our sail is the La Serena. Is a 35-foot skippered by James Sullivan. Thank you for being here today. So this wraps up our 2024 Veterans Day Boat Parade. Judges, you got a big challenge in front of you. Appreciate everybody, all your help and support this morning for all of our, and again, a special thanks to IBEW 569 for their support and sponsorship of today's Veterans Day events. We really appreciate all coming out today. It's another beautiful day here in San Diego. Thanks again for joining us.